welcome to Monday Quilt Chat. Another week has rolled around, another Monday has rolled around, and here we are again. It's so nice to chat with you on these Mondays. Kind of gets the week started off to a good start, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? A productive start. So this is the day that I do all my planning, and I kind of hash all that out while chatting with you. So we're going to see what's going to take place this week here in the she shed in my sewing room, and hopefully get some things done. There's always plenty to do, and that's just what we quilters do, isn't it? We have a lot of projects going on a lot of times. Not everyone is like that, but a lot of us are like that, and there's not anything wrong with that whatsoever. If that's our mode of operation that works for us, then that's what we do. We just kind of skip from project to project, and I am very good at doing that. Unless I have a deadline of some kind. Speaking of which, the craft swap is the due date for that is coming up. I think the 12th of June. I think I mentioned that on Friday that I had worked some last week on that. I did work some on that this weekend as well. Not going to share exactly what I was working on until I get finished with it. And that way it can be a surprise for the recipient. And I'm excited to get something back as well. It's really fun. This is the first time I've done a craft swap, and it's kind of cool to anticipate something coming as well as getting something ready for someone else to receive. More happiness in giving than in receiving, but the whole process is very, very much a fun one. So getting back again to this past week and what I worked on, what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish. I did mention some of this on Friday as well, but just to kind of recap, the Kaleidoscope Quilt got totally neglected. I didn't work on that at all. So that's going to be one of my biggies this week, one of my big ones. So I'm only going to concentrate on 2 projects this week, and that is the Kaleidoscope Quilt and the Duster. And we'll talk about that in a second. The Happy Days Block 2 came in as I thought it was. I got the notification that it was coming. I didn't know it would come on Saturday, but it did. So this is block number, well, it's our second mailing, but it says block number 7 and setting wreaths. You know, last time I did all those setting stars. This time we have setting wreaths. So let's take a look and see what that is. This is chapter 2 of the book. Chapter 2. Barely see it right there. Chapter 2. And okay, now I did look at this probably about 2 weeks ago, but here's what the setting wreaths look like, depending on your color scheme that you asked for. And I have this dark one right here, so I need to make a whole bunch of those. I wonder how many. Let's see, setting wreaths. These wreath blocks form the setting borders for the feature blocks at the edges of the center of the quilt. Let me look at that. The center block at the edges of the middle of the quilt. Okay, I'm looking at the middle of the quilt. I don't see them. You will need 8 complete blocks and 1/2 block for the bottom right hand corner. Oh, okay. So it's these parts here. These little circular, am I pointing it out right? There's one right there. It's kind of circular, kind of a half circle on that one. And on this one, And then there's a quarter one over there. Well, actually, that's half of a half circle. So you have several half circles, and in the corner you have just in that corner. So, okay, so what they're saying is the big center block is this. So you can see them around the edges here. And they're kind of randomly placed. So, well, it doesn't look too hard. It's just going to be a matter of just getting in there and getting the fabric and everything organized and cut out and doing that applique. I'll have to investigate on what kind of applique they want us to do. And they're encouraging liquid glue for the applique. She says, when I make a lot of applique blocks, I glue them all down at the same time and then carry them around with me to sew. I don't think I'll be doing it that way. Okay. Not going to work on this for a while. I'll have an entire month to get that done. I will not delay too long on it, because that is definitely something I would stop on. Just get stopped in my tracks and not finish if I left it too long. So I'll give myself plenty of time to get that done before the next set of things come for the Happy Days quilt. The Barn Star sampler. Did I bring that over here? Hold on just a second. Here's the other one. I showed you on Friday. I did one. Here's another one. This one's really pretty. I really like it. I think it's my favorite star so far in the Barn Star sampler. Felicity Fabrics and Riley Blake Solid. I did put another solid in here. I don't know what kind it is. Doesn't matter. But everything else are those Felicity Fabrics. So I'm going to lay that right here. And then the So Yeah Friends box subscription came on Saturday as well. And I just jumped in and did the monthly block for that. It was easy. All half square triangles and full triangles. Not triangles, full squares. So that goes in with the other 4 that I have done. After 12 months, we'll have a quilt. Or at least we'll have 12 blocks for a quilt. And then just for some mindless sewing to do while I was watching the So Yeah sale on Saturday, I worked on my aqua blocks. And these are little 16 patches that I've been doing with scraps. So I have 36 of these total now. And they measure 6.5. So this is just my little whatever project. I call it a palette cleanser. Like if you've been working on something a little bit more intense, you go to this just to kind of, I want to sew but I don't want to think type thing. Everybody should have one. Everybody should have one. Even if it's like just cutting strips, cutting the squares, you know, getting a bunch of those ready. That's a good palette cleansing quilting activity. Okay, I got the shirt done that I was working on. And yeah, so this week, Kaleidoscope. I'm going to put that on about 2 full days anyway. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to spend an 8-hour day working on sewing. I'd be broken by the end of the day. And it's good to remember too, when you're sewing along for a couple hours, to get up and go do something else for, you know, a good 20-30 minutes. The weather's been good here, so I've been, you know, getting some sun on my legs and, you know, just sitting out in the sun, if nothing else, just to kind of rest my neck. And you know how we get a little, as much as we try not to tense up when we're sewing, you still do it. So, you know, just to kind of reset your body and your mind to come in and continue. And then the other big thing that I'm going to do this week is the duster. And I'm going to do it with my Tula Pink that I have. My hair is getting in my mouth today. I've got all this lovely Tula Pink. I will not be using all of this, but I have plenty to do. Plenty fabric to do the duster with. There's some more lovely ladies. So I'm just going to kind of, like I told you before, I have to actually make the fabric, kind of patch work the fabric, and then cut the pattern out. Here's another bunch. So I'm just going to pick from these. I've got way more fabric than I need for it, but Tula Pink, it will sew up. So I just wanted to get this out and look at it for a minute with you. I happened to get this pattern at my local quilt store back in the winter. It's an Amy Butler Duster. And it comes with all of the measurements here. Here's some other pictures that they show of variations on it. You can make it shorter. And then here are the pattern pieces that I have to cut out. And then all these instructions. I will have to say, making that little shirt the other day, or blouse, did get me in the mood. So I just wanted to show you, here is where it's showing how to put your fabrics together. It's just patchwork basically, but they've got them letter and number coordinated so that you get a good variation through your piece that you're going to be cutting from. So you put together strip sets and then you cut them down, and then you get into your actual construction. I don't know if how many of you have done garment sewing, but then it shows you how to lay your pattern pieces out on that fabric. This is pretty cool. Right here you can kind of see it. Well, let me fold it so you don't see the shadow going through. This right here, you see the patchwork fabric in the back, and then your pieces, your pattern pieces are laying on top of that, and then you'll cut those out. If I can get to that point, the rest is pretty easy. I do have some darts in the back and some set-in sleeves, some neck facing, a collar, etc., etc. So that's what I'm going to be diving into this week. I kind of can't wait. So, yeah. I'll spend one day cutting all of this out, and I'll spend probably that same day I'll probably start working on stripping out some of that fabric, and then I'll wait, and then another day I'll cut the pattern pieces out of the fabric. So yeah, y'all are going to be seeing probably something on Friday, even if it's just a big piece of squares. But I'm going to put that down for starting on Wednesday. I put Kaleidoscope for Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm going to leave the duster for the rest of the week. Now, I am still going to be working on my craft swap during that time, because I'm, wanting to not miss the deadline on that. And then we're going out of town on Thursday. So, I'm not sure if I'll be doing a Friday I'll have to check on that. I might get that done on Thursday. I might get the video done on Thursday for Friday and have it out. It just came to me that I'm out of town all next weekend. So I really, really want to make a Friday video. And I'll have a Wednesday video too. I have an idea of what that's going to be. It'll probably be another quilting technique like we had last week. And if you didn't see those, I had 2 videos on last Wednesday. I don't know that I would release 2 videos at the same time again, because one of them looked like they kind of got forgotten. There was a lot more views on one than there was another, and they were equally, the same caliber of video. So I had how to do half square triangles and how to do flying geese. Just some short videos on that, about 10 minutes a piece. So if you missed those, go back and watch those. And I'm going to try to link those videos to any other videos that I have that use those techniques, so that I don't have to mention that in every video, how to make a flying geese or how to make an HST. And then this week I think I'm going to make another half square triangle video on how to do multiples at a time. So look for that on Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday, that's today, and tomorrow I'll be working on the Kaleidoscope and that video. And then Wednesday I'll start in on the duster, and then Thursday I'll try to get your video out for Friday. And I've got some finished project submissions already, so I want to get those out to you and also let you know what I got done out of that. So there's that. Let's look at the quilt that we have here in the planner. This is Remembering Judy, aka Railroad Crossing. So this is a railroad crossing pattern, and it's called Remembering Judy. Lots of teeny tiny flying geese. It's 70 by 70 by Donna Carolus of Cleveland, Wisconsin. It says Donna and her best quilting buddy Judy worked together to redraft the pattern Railroad Crossing by Cindy Blackberg for paper piecing. Oh wow. There are 800 triangles in the curved arcs, all pieced on Donna's Singer Featherweight 301A. Cancer took Judy, but Donna finished the quilt and had it custom quilted by Julia Rockwell. It became a ribbon winner at the Sheboygan County Quilt Guild Show and was included in the International Quilt Festival, Houston, Texas, and AQS Quilt Week in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was also displayed at the Wisconsin Museum of Quilts and Fiber Arts in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Wow, this quilt made its rounds, didn't it? So that's bittersweet, isn't it? Her friend helped her on this, and then she passed away, and then she was determined to go ahead and get that finished up in her honor. And that's a wonderful thing that people can do, we can do with our quilting skills, is make something in remembrance of someone else. There's many ways that we can do that with quilting. And we know that there's a lot of memory quilts. And here a few months back I did memory pillows and bears. And there's just a lot of different ways to remember people through quilting. So don't forget that. And then here's the close-up of the actual quilting that was done on it. Looks like some feathers. Very nice, very nice. Okay, do any of you have this? Are you using this as your planner? It's pretty good. I mean, you have all this empty space. I kind of like empty space, something not so structured, something I can just kind of, scribble in and put notes in and plan out my weekend and And you know, you don't have to use it strictly for sewing and quilting things, but you can use it for your appointments or whatever. So tell me in the comments if you're using this and if you like it. So far so good. And I bought another one when I was at Paducah for next year, for 2024. So I think I've tested it out good enough to decide that it's a good thing for me. Okay, so is that all that I wanted to go over with you? I can't think of anything else. Go ahead and send in your finishes if you have any for this week. If for some reason I don't get a Friday video out, I will save those for the following week, but I really want to do that. So if anybody has anything else they want to send, please do. And let's see, is there anything else I wanted to share with you? Seemed like there was. Oh, yes, there is. Let me get my iPad. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I wanted to mention again the winners of the That's a Wrap binding spool. Binding spools. I have 2 winners. If you watched the Paducah quilt show video that I made for the Wednesday before, I announced a giveaway of those, and these are the ladies that I met at the show in their booth, the Purple Pineapple, and they donated these for a giveaway. And I will also put their link to their store, their online store, in the description box of this video, so that you can go and see what else these ladies sell. We do know that they sell the quadrillo pillow pattern, and you can go there and see what else they have. And they have these in other colors too if you want to buy yourself one. But the winners this week, that I did announce this on the Facebook group. If you're not on the Facebook group, that's why I'm announcing it again now, is Mary H, Mary space capital H, Mary H, and Joanne Champagne. So if you 2 ladies would mind sending me an email to the lessonslearnt2021@gmail.com email with your address, I'll get these right out to you this week. So congratulations, Mary H and Joanne Champagne. And yeah, send me an email and we'll get those out. All right, so I need to get busy and get working on this Kaleidoscope quilt before I forget how to do it and get that last row done. I don't know if I'll get it done, but I'm going to at least work on it today and tomorrow. So I hope you have a great quilting week and get busy with your sewing and your quilting, and do a little bit each day if you can. And I will be seeing you guys on Wednesday with a quilting technique video. And also for Finish It Friday, cross our fingers. All right, have a great one. Bye.